Welcome to our video tutorial explaining how to generate and change course entries using the SEMCO system. After logging into the system, go to the menu Kursverwaltung and select the option Kursübersicht or Course Summary. In the course summary, you will see all of your ongoing courses. Now, if you would like to enter in information for a course that has already finished, then you need to come up here to the filter menu titled Kursstatus, and then select from that drop-down menu the status Beendet. However, in our example, we're dealing with courses that are still ongoing and not those that have already finished. So the course entries for individual courses can be entered in by clicking on the little calendar icon here on the right that says Rückmeldungen. To create a new entry for this course, click on Neue Rückmeldung, which means new entry. Once you are on this page, you will be able to create the course entry. All the fields marked with a red star are required fields. First, you should select the status level for your course entry in the field titled Rückmeldestatus. We recommend to first select the status in Arbeit, which means that your entry is still being edited. Next, select the month for which you are creating the course entry. I will now choose the month of January 2016. Now you can add each course date for the selected month. In our example, it will be the course dates from January 2016. To do this, click on Rückmeldetermin hinzufügen, or Add Course Date. All the fields here are marked required. First, I will select the date the course took place. In my example, it will be a weekly course that always takes place on Mondays. To select the day, simply click on the calendar icon, as I'm doing now. I will now choose a course date of January 4th. Next, I will choose which kind of course entry this is. Here we can choose between geleistet, which means the course took place, or Leitstorno, which means it was a late cancellation. The other two options should only be selected if asked to do so by us here at Arcanum. In my example, the course took place as normal on January 4th, so I will click on the option Geleistet. Next, I will enter the number of teaching units in for that course on that day. If travel expenses have been agreed upon for this particular course date, then you can enter the amount here in the field Anfahrtskosten. In my example, there are no travel expenses, and so I will leave the field empty. The field Kommentar should also be left empty. I have now finished entering the data for this course date, and so I will save it by clicking on Speichern. We can now see our course date has been entered in successfully to the system. We can see the course date, when the course took place, the type of entry, geleistet, that means that the course took place, the number of teaching units, and the travel expenses if applicable. We also see that under Anwesenheit, which means attendance, and under Kurstagebuch, which means course log, it says unvollständig, which means incomplete. And so we still need to enter this information in. Before getting to that, however, we recommend entering in all of the course dates for the month. I will do that now by clicking on Rückmeldetermin hinzufügen. Once again, I enter in the information for the next course date. So I select the calendar, and I choose now the 11th of January. The course took place, so I leave it as geleistet. I enter in 2 teaching units. I had no travel costs, and I have no commentary. I then click Save. And of course, it might take a moment to save depending on your internet speed. You can now see each of the course dates in the summary window. I will now enter in all the rest of the course dates for the month. Now on the 18th of January it took place with 2 teaching units. And then again on the 25th of January it took place and I had 2 teaching units. So now all of the course dates for this month have been entered in. Let's come back to the missing data for attendance and the course contents log. To record the attendance for each course date, click on the little icon of 2 people. It says Anwesenheit Listen pflegen. In this window, you can enter the attendance information in for each of your participants, whether they were present on that day or if they were absent, and for what reason. To do this, you will need to look at the attendance list which you have had your students sign. The information on the attendance list must be in complete agreement with the information you enter into SEMCO. If new students have entered the course and are not listed in the system here, or if a student has left the course and is still listed here, then it's very important that you inform us immediately of those changes. Now, to make things easier for you, you can simply click on the button Alle anwesend, which means all present, as I am doing now. This has changed the status of each participant to anwesend, which means present. Now, I can go back and select whichever student might not have been present that day and change their status accordingly. Here you have the same list of reasons for absence that are found on your attendance list. Again, we ask you to make sure the information you enter into the system is exactly the same as that which is on your attendance list. Otherwise, it will lead to confusion and will delay the processing of your trainer invoice. In my example, participant 3 was absent because he was on vacation, im Urlaub. I will now enter this into the system and then save my entry. As you can see, in the course overview window, the attendance status for that course day has been changed to gepflegt, meaning maintained. For an easier workflow, we recommend entering the attendance information for each of your course dates before updating the course log. I will do this now in my example. I click on the next course date and I click Alle anwesend. I click on the 3rd course date. Everybody was present. And now in my 4th appointment, the participant 4 was unexcused, unentschuldigt. Right there. So as you can see, the attendance status for each of my course dates says gepflegt, meaning maintained. Now we will go back to the first course date and update the course log by clicking on Kurstagebuch pflegen. In these fields, it is best to use short descriptions or keywords to describe the content used in your training with the participants that day. I will do that now. Once you have entered in this information, it is necessary to check the box that says Kurstagebuch gepflegt, meaning course log maintained. If you don't click on this, then the status in the course status will not be changed and it will be incomplete. So then I save the information by clicking on Speichern. Now, you can see that the course status has been maintained for the first day, and now I will do the same for the rest of the course dates. For the video example, I'll just keep it simple and click. It's not necessary to enter information into every single box. Just simply the basic keywords and phrases that are relevant to the course. As you can see, here for the third course date, it says Kurstagebuch is unvollständig, so incomplete. So I have to go back to the Kurstagebuch, and we see, I forgot to check the box Kurstagebuch gepflegt. So I'll click there now. Now the entire monthly entry for this course has been completed. If you would like to go back and change something, you can simply click on the little folder icon that says Ändern. If you need to delete a course date, then simply click on the little trash can icon. At this point, you must decide if the course entry is fully complete and ready to be sent to us so that we can process and accept it for your trainer invoice, or if you still need to work on it further. This decision is made in your selection of a course entry status here. Zur Prüfung means that the information will be sent to us and you will not be able to make any further changes. In Arbeit means that the information will not yet be sent to us and you can continue to make changes to the entry once you have saved it, even after logging out of the system. In my example, let's say I would like to work on this a little bit later, so I will leave the status as in Arbeit. Regardless of whether I have chosen Zur Prüfung or in Arbeit, the last step in the process is to save the course entry by clicking on the Speicher button on the right-hand side below, as I am doing now. As you can see, the newly created course entry for this month can be seen here. By clicking on Kursübersicht, we can navigate back to the course overview page. You can go back to view or edit a course entry at any time by clicking the little calendar icon next to the relevant course, as I am doing now. As you see, our newly created course entry is here. If I am ready to finally send the entry to Arcanum for verification in order to generate my trainer invoice, then I click on the little calendar icon, Rückmeldung bearbeiten. If I need to, I can still make changes, but in this example everything looks good, and so I will select from the drop-down menu the option Zur Prüfung. I then click on Speichern to save. A small warning will appear telling me that no further changes can be made to this entry and asking me if I would like to proceed. I would, and so I click on OK to confirm. Once we at Arcanum have processed the course entry, its status here will be changed to one of two things. Either Wiedervorlage, if we found something incorrect or incomplete with an entry and you need to take action, or it will say genehmigt, if everything was correctly entered and accepted. If a course entry has been accepted by us, you will receive an email telling you the course entry has been genehmigt, or accepted. Once you have received this email message, then you have successfully completed your first entry in SEMCO. Congratulations! Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please watch the video again. And if you still have trouble, then please let us know here at trainingsmanagement@arcanum.de, or give us a call and our training support will be happy to help you.